So Wales 20, Scotland 17. What an absolute thriller. Wales doing what they needed to do, bouncing back from their poor performance last week with one full of passion and commitment. Was it technically beautiful? Was their attack really nicely joined up and varied? Well, not particularly, but that wasn't the point. They got the job done at home in front of their fans, gave them an absolute thriller to watch, and they really got behind their team. Now, Scotland, will they feel like they've blown a big chance to beat Wales away from home? Then, yeah, absolutely. I don't think Scotland deserved to win because they didn't finish the game strong enough, but certainly a lot of their attack looked absolutely amazing. And at times I thought, yep, they're going to get this, they're going to pull away. But they never did. Wales kept it nice and close and then came in with the finish at the end. So let's get into the game. You guys pop all those comments below what you thought of the game. But here's my take on the game. Now, it started fantastically well. Breathtaking stuff. Scotland were right on the front foot. Fagerson, again, I thought had a good game. Gray carried well. And Russell orchestrated the play really well. And I thought throughout certainly the first half and some of the second half, some of Russell's play was absolutely class. But then Liam Williams intercepts the ball. He had some classy touches in this match from fullback for sure. And it looks like Hogg actually deliberately knocks it on right at the beginning, but he gets away with it there. But it's Wales now on the front foot. Their scrummage looking good, as it did last week. They go 3-0 up. And Scotland make a couple of bad errors. They kick the ball out on the full. Watson puts his hand in a ruck. Scotland definitely made a fair few errors again, which will cost them. And Wales did as well. But certainly one of Scotland's things has been making errors when they're the slightly better team. And they did that again. So they go 6-0 down very quickly. And what's great there for Wales is it gets the crowd fired up. Perfect start there behind them. But then Scotland get their attack going. And certainly they make more half breaks than the Welsh. They look more dangerous. I mean, Wales are scrambling really hard, but the likes of Van der Merwe, Harris busting holes, Darcy Graham with an amazing finish. Stops and goes on Rees-Zammit. But what I mean by that is Rees-Zammit has him marked up essentially. Darcy Graham just stops inside, makes Rees-Zammit check, then goes outside. But he doesn't beat Rees-Zammit. Rees-Zammit is there, but to be honest, it's a shocking tackle from Rees-Zammit. I can't say it any other way. Really poor, stays upright. Darcy Graham gets low and fends him off enough to finish in the corner. Lewis Rees-Zammit didn't get into the game again this week, and also he keeps making these technical errors, so not great for him. I think he can do a lot better, but great finish for Darcy Graham. And it goes 6-5 without the conversion. Great contest, and as it went on for the whole game. A few minutes later, Morgan actually kills Wales pretty badly by being not onside from a kicking battle, gifts them about 40 metres and an easy 3 points to get Scotland in the lead at 6-8. And a few of the Welsh forwards, I make a note at this point, are doing the old trick from last week where they're a bit tentative going into contact at the beginning of the game, backing into contact. Francis gifts a jackal this way, but they do get a lot better and they go a lot more direct as the game goes on. Big Scottish Maul, though, looks ominous. Really roasted the Welsh there. Another easy 3 for that. So 6-11. So looking decent for Scotland now. They are looking more dangerous. Wales, like I said, they're fighting hard, but certainly the class touches are coming from Scotland. And Russell is just oozing class. He's making rugby look easy. Even with that dad bod, it's just fantastic. His kicking game, his passing game, some nice half breaks as well. Looks like the difference at this moment. And Scotland, they're defending nicely, really well, but Wales are managing to churn through the phases. And through a lot of the Welsh attack, it wasn't particularly pretty, but they do keep the ball for a lot of phases, get commitment from the Welsh, from the Scottish defence, and they force a penalty there. So it goes 9-11, just bringing it back to within 2 points. But then it goes tit for tat. Wales get isolated again. Watson swoops for a good steal. Nice, easy 3 points, easy kick for Finn Russell, so 9-14. So Scotland maintaining the edge ahead. But then Liam Williams with one of his classy touches, brilliant 50-22, gives Wales that 22-metre attack possession. They force the penalty. Would have been an easy 3. Turn it down. It's one of those big plays. Is it going to pay off? And yes, it does. Nice maul. Francis crashes over. 14-all. I think both sides actually will be pretty disappointed with their penalty count and errors in that first half. Scotland's attack definitely looked a bit classier, but it's good commitment from Wales keeps it 14-all. Now, I made a note just into the second half that if Wales continue to keep this game close, will Scotland start to get frustrated, feeling that their slightly better attack isn't getting them the benefit they want? And I think that might have happened later in the game. But to be fair, Scotland, their kicking game's looking a lot better. They're getting good distance on it. Welsh are getting pinned in their own half. Rees-Zammit, not with the best kicking game, makes a few poor kicks as well. So it's looking good for Scotland again. Tuipulotu really justifying his selection over Johnson, something I'd suggested they need to change up over Johnson there. And he makes some really good meters, some good breaks and half breaks, causing all sorts of problems. Force a penalty, they go ahead again, 14-17. Now, the Welsh attack, really committed. A little obvious, I think, but like I said, they're getting through phases of play, and on 55 minutes, much better attack. They get some real fast phases of play. Really helps Thomas Williams, the likes of him, to snipe around as well. There's a chip kick to Cuthbert, and it looks like he might score, but he can't get there. Brilliant defence from Scotland. To be fair, both sides defended really, really well. The Welsh are fired up, and they actually get a penalty from that attack, so it goes 17-all. Keeping it close, exactly like they need to do. A classic Welsh performance, grinding hard, keeping it close, and then a really interesting incident on 66 minutes. Biggar goes for a long penalty, looks to be fading off a little bit, not quite the legs, but it hits the post and bounces into the Welsh chaser's hands. And does Cuthbert manage to squeeze in this time in the corner? Not quite, in touch. Real thrilling game there. Couple of chances for Wales to score and brilliant defence. But then probably the huge moment in the game. That more consistent Welsh pressure on the line forces Russell into a bit of a bad error, goes one-handed, deliberate knock-on deemed, yellow card and a penalty, so Wales get a good 5-metre attacking line-out maul. Another penalty, good defence from Scotland again. They're up to 1 metre, and then a good decision from Dan Biggar as it stands. Goes for the drop goal to get the lead, 2017. Now, we didn't know that would be the last score, but some people were saying that maybe they should have gone for more points, but Biggar makes a big call there. Proves to be the right one. Just a great contest. But Scotland, even with 14 men, get back on the attack. But Van der Merwe, one of their stars, blows it. 2 really bad knock-ons. That cost them. Brilliant Welsh defence are now pushing them back. I mean, Wales are really fired up at this point. And a really good penalty turnover for Lewis. So that was huge. And I think I make a little note here. The Welsh coaches want Biggar off. They think they want to get Sheedy on. They just about managed to drag him off. He did not want to come off. But Wales now are deep in the Scottish half, try and maul the clock down. But a bit of high tackle problems for Basham. Scotland have one more chance to make about 80 metres up the pitch to score a try if they want to win the game. 3 if they want to draw it, of course. Scotland make it to halfway, but then they run out of juice, and Wales, their energy is right up, push them back and back and back. Big counteract penalty. Wales go crazy, as they should. 2017 at the end. What a game. Like I said, deserved for the Welsh for the sheer commitment. Absolutely fantastic. Scotland weren't quite good enough on the day, although they'll feel they showed plenty of classy touches. They may say they were the better team in certain areas, but it's when it counts at the end, that makes the difference, and Wales had it there. Does this kind of kill Scotland's hopes? Well, no, but it's a huge blow, because what Scotland want to do is follow up one big win with another, and they couldn't. This was a big chance. They didn't have the quality. Wales, however, came back and proved the passion was there. And I questioned that a little bit last week because I think it wasn't there, even subconsciously. But this week it 100% was. For them to be contenders, they definitely need more quality, some more variation in attack. I thought it was a little bit obvious at times, but huge defence, huge commitment, got the job done. Fantastic game. Let me know what you think, guys, and I will catch you next time.